Hello, welcome to Call Me When You Land. I'm your host, Aneeta, and I have just invited the other half of this podcast. I'm just waiting for her to enter the chat. Still waiting.
Okay.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Been
A
waiting
little
for you.
housekeeping.
Oh, oh,
Um,
oh. Yeah, lucky you. I will be doing the housekeeping myself. पता है
hmm.
पाकिस्तान छोड़ के ना ये बड़ा मुसीबत होती है. But when we
आदत
went
पड़ी
to
होती है.
China, आदत पड़ जाती है. When we went to China, it was good
Hmm.
because you
Hmm.
you can hire
Can hire.
somebody there.
Huh.
But my budget in Tokyo looks very.
The big house that you have gotten, you will be cleaning it yourself.
The good thing is that there's not that much dust here, so or
Yeah.
at least that's what I'm telling myself.
Yeah. The roads are so clean.
Welcome to our podcast. This is called Call Me When You Land. My name is Aneeta. I have the beautiful, the wonderful, my chuddy buddy, who is not my chuddy buddy, but she is my love, Tahira. How are
Hi.
you? Yeah, we've been
I'm
talking for the
good.
past like hour and a half, but
Yeah.
hello.
Hello again. So I'm in Lahore,
Mhm.
Pakistan, and Anita is in Tokyo, Japan.
I am indeed. And we sadly don't live in the same city, and we want to, and one day that will happen. I
Yeah,
will say soon
that's
and never say never. So that's what I'm going to do.
mm,
I'm manifesting that happening one day.
mm,
And we are doing this because I guess we don't talk enough, which we do.
we
But
do.
we should talk more.
No, we thought we talk often and we share everything. And
Hmm.
we thought, why not record our conversations for everyone to listen to and benefit from,
Hmm.
whether anyone benefits from it or not.
We'll see. We will benefit, ourselves because
Mm,
we just love listening to each other and talking to each other. But yeah, so
yeah.
basically, it's just like a catch up session of what we're doing, what we're reading, what we're watching, what we're thinking, things we're hating, things we're loving. It's
Mm.
just a catch up session, and all of you are invited. By the
And
way,
so we, yeah.
do we have a website or do we have an email?
We don't have an email
We don't, not yet.
because, yeah, we do have a
With
website though.
okay, and
Callmewhenyouland.com is our website. Soon we will
mhm,
have an email and we will have our socials also up for you to follow. And that's where we'll be putting the book recommendations and other things that we talk about during the podcast. So you can see the things on the socials as well. So yeah, so every episode we are planning to talk about, like, we recommend a book that we both have read recently, a movie or a TV show,
mhm.
and other things like what's happening culturally in art world, globally, politics, a
A
lot
lot
of
of
things
things are
happening.
happening in Pakistan politically.
Not
Just
good things.
we'll just mention that, or maybe if you're smart enough, you'll know what we're talking about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I
the
was.
new amendment that has been passed in Pakistan, it's not of course, and there was no resistance from any of the political parties. The only resistance we have seen is coming from judiciary,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it's affecting the most. Two of our
Yeah.
top judges have resigned. And I've reached the point where I'm like, I just don't want to invest myself in this anymore because it's
Yes.
just getting worse and worse and worse.
So, don't you
Um,
think that's how we've always felt? Because that's what I feel. I mean, every time we sit and start or restart our
Hmm.
conversations about politics in Pakistan, then we talk about it, but then we
Hmm.
get so depressed that just, we're like,
Yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
stop. There is a song by, what's his name? Shahzad or Lagare, right? Like that was
Lagar.
released ages ago. It's in my
Yeah.
playlist of liked.
Relevant.
It's always relevant. It's so funny and
Yeah.
sad. It's not funny, it's
Yeah.
sad that it's
Yeah.
still relevant.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So yeah, so we do get
anyway,
depressed
yes.
talking about it, and this is
Hmm.
me and Anita. Every time we talk about what's happening politically in the country, we're always like, yeah, but just like forget about it. Let's just
Yeah.
not talk about it because it makes you angry, makes you hopeless as well, and it makes you
Yes.
lose whatever hope we have in the generations to come or in the future of the country. It just goes
Yeah.
away. So right now we are just trying to put the blinders on the side and just
And if
focus on the
you are
good thing.
also doing what we're doing, it's fine because
Mm.
that's what we do as Pakistanis. We
Yeah,
get into it, we are passionate about it, and then we put our blinders on and we hope that it goes away
yeah,
and then it comes
yeah,
back. And that's how
yeah,
life is. So, yes, so
yeah.
that is a big thing that has happened recently in Pakistan. What else has been happening in Pakistan? Give me some lowdown. Anything else of
Hmm.
interest?
Of
I'm also thinking
interest? Hmm.
in a good way, of a
Oh,
good
in a
kind.
good way. We do want to talk about people who are doing amazing work in Pakistan, though.
Yes. Yes.
One you just mentioned, Shazad Roy. I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with the content that he's creating, the work he's doing with the girls' school in Karachi. They have taken over the teachers' training college first. They have trained the teachers in a certain way. Then they took over two of the government girls' school.
Mm-hmm.
They're creating these model schools that can be replicated all over. But this is the problem, you see, with the new amendment.
Mm-hmm.
With the 18th Amendment, education and other certain things were given to provinces to
Yes.
handle on their own. But with the new amendment, that changes. So, Sindh government gave him, like, they facilitated him to do
Mm-hmm.
this, create these model schools. But with
Yeah.
the new amendment, that might be taken away because now the education has also gone to center. But
Mm.
despite that point, coming back to amazing work that
Yeah.
he's doing really amazing. I love the content he creates with those young girls in the school. They talk about gender equality. They talk about violence in the street. They talk about use of technology in young kids, and in a very humorous and amazing way. Especially his content with those young girls about women facing harassment in the streets, at home, in schools. That's really good, and the way kids are treated in schools is also something that he has really worked on. Like, the violence is very common in Pakistan in government schools.
Mm-hmm.
So he has spoken very openly and repeatedly for many years that the violence does not solve any problem. It doesn't help kids learn more, either at home or in schools. If that was the case, a lot of other countries would be, like in Japan would be, they would be doing it, or in Scandinavian countries they would be hitting the kids in classroom. Oh, you learn better. But since
Mm-hmm.
that's not the case, it's just the frustration generally we feel as a society that comes out on the kids because they are vulnerable. So I
Yeah.
really love the content that he's creating.
Yeah. Me too. I knew about his activities for a while, but I'll be honest, I started following his socials recently, and that is because Instagram and TikTok was not available where I
Hmm.
was.
Yeah.
And I'm also truly impressed. And you're right about the violence against the kids part in school. Were you hit as a child in school or not? Here's the big question. Do you remember?
Oh,
Were you?
yeah. Yeah, of
Me
course
too,
I was.
once.
Yeah.
And I know what
Once.
and I hated it. And it was my math teacher did nothing to my wanting to learn more.
Oh my
I
God, mine was also math teacher. What is
What's
up
up
with
with
these math
yes, what's
teachers?
up with you guys? Well, I hope that such acts do not occur. I remember the reason is I was laughing. I was laughing in the class with this girl next to me. And then I don't know what was happening. Maybe she was going through some mental health issues and she
Mm,
just took it
mm,
out on me. And I was not a bad student. I was an okay student. I don't know what she achieved with that. I guess she achieved the fact that I started hating math and I never took
yeah,
up
there
math
you
after
go.
that. There you go. Maybe
There you go.
that is something
Yeah,
that you wanted to achieve. So
yeah.
what was
Also,
the
the
name?
humiliation that you feel is, I think that's the idea, that you are humiliated in front of all those kids and you're made to stand up in the classroom, and it was ridiculously horrible. Yeah, I don't think I liked math after that
Yeah.
because of her. Let's blame the teacher.
And yes, I'm gonna blame her, and then I'm having trouble sitting with my child for her math homework because of that
The
teacher.
trauma.
The trauma that she instilled in me, and every time I look at 2 plus 2, I'm like, oh, is it 4? Is it really 4? So yes, so we love Shazad Roy. Now I have my
Yeah.
favorite too, and you know who she is. I've
Mm.
talked about her many times.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Yeah.
talk about her all the time. There's this lady in Karachi. She's called Aisha Chundrigar, and
Yes.
she has so her foundation is called ACF, and she does animal welfare. I
Hmm.
remember I think she started maybe 11, 12 years ago. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly when,
Yeah.
but I do
Around that
remember
time.
interviewing her on my
Mm,
show on radio. And at
mm,
that time, she had started with just donkeys.
yeah.
And like, I loved her even then. And many people were kind of talking about this project that she had. So
Mm,
I've been following her, and she is very raw on her socials as well. She
yeah.
shares the amazing work that she's doing, but then she also shares the reality of what animal welfare is in Pakistan,
Yeah.
which is,
Yeah.
as we all know, nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So she is somebody I really admire, and
Yeah.
I feel what she's doing is so. I mean, to be honest, I think it's really hard to do a lot of stuff in Pakistan. So I commend anyone who has the energy and the
Yeah.
determination to take up these challenges in a country like ours. And she is one of these amazing people like Shazad Roy. So
Yeah.
kudos to both of them. And I
Yeah.
hope we have more of such people.
Yeah. And there are a lot of women, and
Mhm.
surprisingly, no, not so surprisingly. In most cases, it is the women who are working with the in animal welfare. In Lahore, also, there are a couple of girls. In Karachi, there are many. There is Sarah JK, who also works in animal welfare and she rescues animal. And there are so many to be rescued, by the way. But what Aisha has done
Mhm.
is not only that she has been rescuing animals and taking care of them and treating them and keeping them well and healthy and happy, but also she has worked in the community as well. As you mentioned, the donkey that she started with, she works with the people who own those donkeys. She does these
Mm.
donkey camps where not only the donkeys are treated, given food, fresh water, but also these men are educated then how to treat their animals better, keep them healthy. And she also takes care of them as well, right?
Yes,
There's a
yes.
doctor for them as well. Like, they're
Mm.
treated with kindness and love. Otherwise, there's a problem with a lot of us people who care for animals. When we see some cruelty, we get angry. I'm like, ye nazar nahi aata hai, why are you doing
Yes.
this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not how you change behavior. And she taught us how to do it, how
Yeah.
you can be gentle and kind and
Yes.
patient and
Yes.
talk to them, reason with them.
Mhm.
I mean, as you said, she's very raw on her socials. She talks about the frustrations on daily basis that
Yeah.
she faces when
Yeah.
people are saying, "Oh, there is this violent dog who's trying to bite," and then she goes and the dog is on her back, showing her belly and playing with her, and she's
Mm.
like, "Violent? Kahan se violent?" So she's very patient with people, which I struggle with a lot.
Yeah.
So she has done a lot of work on that, like educating people. Like,
educating
oh,
people. She has, yeah.
okay.
So yes, you're right that she has the donkey camp. There was a she was involved in the Nutra program too.
Yeah, yeah.
And then a lot of other stuff. I think she's also tried to get the government involved as well. So she's done a little bit of advocacy around that.
Yeah, a
And you're
lot of
right,
advocacy.
and then you're right about the empathy education. I think that's what I guess she understand the psyche of our society, right?
Mm,
So she
mm.
tries to do that, and I
Yeah,
just love her for that. So yeah, these are our
it's amazing.
two
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 heroes, good,
heroes.
amazing works. A good news from coming from Pakistan, which you were asking the earlier was, is that the bear in Karachi Zoo, Rano,
Uh huh.
has been finally released and sent to a sanctuary in Islamabad, and then eventually she will be released in her natural habitat in Himalayas, in the sanctuary where in the wild. And this is all because of people like Aisha and Gibran Nasir and um, their hard work. They have gone to courts, they have been fighting the cases for a really long time, and finally the court gave the judgment and they gave the decision and orders to move that bear from a concrete zoo to
Mm-hmm.
an animal sanctuary. So
That
that's a
is
good.
that is amazing. That is great news. And to animals in captivity, like
Mm.
the zoos. I know it's a very touchy subject for a lot of people when I mentioned that we should just get rid of the zoos. I mean, why do we need zoos?
Yes,
I,
100%. We
listen,
don't need
as a
zoos.
child, I have been to the zoo and I have been
Mm,
fascinated with the
mm,
animals there in Karachi as well as Lahore. I haven't been to the zoo in Islamabad, but I guess by that time I had realized that this is not something that I want to be involved in. But I also and with the kids as well. I remember when my daughter was young, she was
mm,
interested in animals and she wanted to see the animals. So we did take
mm,
her to the zoo.
mm,
But
mm.
after a while, because she's a very compassionate
Yes,
child and she loves animals,
yes.
and after a while, she started saying no. And when she started saying no, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But I don't know if I would have been okay with
Mm,
the idea of zoos not existing if she had not
mm,
said, I don't want to
mm.
go anymore.
Ah,
But I mean, I understand why we shouldn't, but I guess
no. Hmm.
her pushing me into
Made
thinking
your decision
made
easy. Mm,
made my decision a little bit easier.
mm,
I guess there'll be a lot of people like me who will be, somewhere in the middle and initially, and they'll have someone who they're close to telling them, probably their
mm.
kids, because that's who you take to the zoos. You want the kids to go and see the
Hmm.
animals. So I
But
guess
it's
when,
it in one what condition you are seeing there. Like, as a woman,
yeah,
I when I grew, obviously we have gone to zoo when we were kids, but it is
mhm,
always a captive in horrible conditions, an
horrible
animal
condition.
in a room, and we are the ones who are standing outside. They're caged.
Yeah.
I mean, in this world where we understand the power structure, we understand that we as human have taken over every space and place that belong to other species and animals. Like, as a woman in a society, I understand that we are half of the population on this planet and we are scared of the other half of the population all the time. And we are always told to stay captive if we
Hmm.
want to stay safe, which is
Yeah.
such a horrible, like, it's so untrue. We know that 85% of the, I know about Pakistan, please correct me if I'm wrong. In other cases, 85% of the violence against women has happened inside their own homes by the relatives, the cousins, the parents, siblings,
Mm-hmm.
and we always scare being were told to be scared of the outside world. So I think it is the same with animals. We are always told to be scared of the animals when they are the ones who are scared of us, and we are the ones who are being keeping them captive, keeping them, torturing them, using them for our entertainment. They are not for our entertainment, they are living beings. And I hope in my lifetime, I doubt it
Mm-hmm.
will happen, but I can hope that
I
we will
doubt that.
start looking at animals, understanding that they are thinking, feeling
Mm-hmm.
beings who have emotions, who have social structure, who have their own way of communication. I hate it when people say Bezuban. They have a language. It's just that you
We just
don't
don't
understand.
understand it.
We don't understand it.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to happen in our lifetime. And, to be
No.
completely honest, as you are explaining their
Hmm.
side and you're advocating for them, I kind of understand the human side of it, not the, oh, let me keep it for my entertainment.
Hmm.
Maybe most of it is because of that, but a lot of it is also wonderment, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I remember when I saw my lion, for like the first lion that
Hmm.
I saw, I was
Hmm.
in awe of it. I was like, oh
Of.
my God,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what I feel, but I understand why we want to see them in person and why we
Hmm.
cannot just be okay with seeing a picture or a video
Hmm.
and be okay with that. Like, why can't we
Hmm.
just see Attenborough's, documentaries and be
Yeah.
done with that and be happy with the knowledge that he shares? No,
Hmm.
we want to go to a safari or we want to go to the zoo or the aquarium to see the killer shark.
But it's
Anywho,
you can see them in their natural habitat also, instead of keeping them in concrete rooms. But yeah,
uh,
so these are the people. Please do follow ACF
uh-huh.
Foundation and Shazad Roy's Zindagi Foundation. Both of them are doing really amazing work, and check out the content. Maybe you will be inspired, and you would want to be part of their work that they are doing.
You can just message them and see how you can be part of their program. And yeah, moving on. Tyra sent in a couple of book recommendations, but I'm lazy. So I didn't read those. But Tyra is not lazy. She read one book that I recommended. Okay, listen. Tyra knows I have a very difficult relationship with reading. Not that I don't like
Yeah.
reading, I enjoy it, but it's hard for me to finish a book,
Hmm.
especially if it's nonfiction. So my recommendation
Hmm.
for her
Hmm.
was a fiction because Tyra
Hmm.
is into
Hmm.
nonfiction. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, babe, I need like at least 2 months to finish a book that you recommend. But we will
Hmm.
we'll do that
We'll
as well.
get there.
We'll get there. So what did we read, Tyra?
We read Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It is
Mm-hmm.
written by a Japanese writer, and it's a small fictional story of a cafe
In
and
Tokyo, where I
in
am.
Tokyo.
But
Yes.
when I read the for the first time, I was not in Tokyo, and
Mm.
it kind of gave me a really lovely picture of the vibe in Tokyo. And I'm kind of feeling it these days. Let me just say that. I feel like I'm in that book, but not in that cafe. I haven't found a cafe that reminds me
Hmm.
of that cafe, but I haven't really explored a
Hmm.
lot of these small, tiny places, which I will start doing soon.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so it's a book written by a Japanese author. His name is Toshikazu Kawaguchi. And this book deals with the theme of regrets, uh,
Loss.
loss, wanting
Hmm.
to change something, I guess. What if there's a, say, book that takes us, well, takes the characters back in time
Hmm.
to confront whatever they want to confront.
Yeah, there's a bit time traveling involved in
Yeah,
this
there is.
in a very surreal Japanese literature way, where everything else is very mundane, normal, everyday, and then there's a
Mhm,
little bit of magic of, oh, you can go to this that cafe and you can travel in time. But there are rules to it which are very interesting. Like you can't
mhm.
change, nothing changes. It's just that you may be looking for some answers that you go back in time and you find them. Um, but I
So
was
why
talking
would
to
you want to
Anita
go back?
about it.
No, my
Huh,
question
why would you
is
want to?
why?
Things do change. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Hmm.
even though this book, the story and the rules, sorry, in the story claim that nothing is going to change, but you're just not the same person. If you know more than you knew before, you will
Hmm.
live differently. If you have like different answers to your questions, you would live differently, you would dream differently, you would have different expectations, you will love differently. I think you do change.
Yeah, you as a person change, right? So I guess
Mm,
that's the point
mm,
of this book as
mm,
well. It's
mm.
not about what you can do to change something that you wanted because that has
Yeah,
passed.
yeah, yeah,
It's done. You have to
yeah.
live with it and make peace with it. And
I don't know if you agree with me or not, but we have this very deep desire of closure in life. We want, especially as a women, we have this deep desire of closure. So I think these people who are traveling back in time, they're looking for some kind of closure in
Mhm.
life to move on. And we see that how, if you want to read it, leave your comment, tell us what do you think about this book. These are series of the books, and this is the first of it. I've only
Yeah.
read one.
So what else are we going to read next
Do
time? Do we
you?
have
I did send you a book, but I think there is one book by a Korean writer. It's called The Vegetarian.
the
It's an
vegetarian? Okay.
amazing, yeah, it's written by a woman and a South Korean writer. I don't know her name. Even if I knew, I
Mm.
would mispronounce it. But look it up. It's called The Vegetarian. It's a beautiful book. If you want to read that, we'll talk about it in the next episode. Maybe
Are
Anita,
we also going to
I can
talk about,
make you,
yes, turn you
yeah,
into a vegetarian?
vegetarian. Oh my God, yeah. So I am vegetarian,
I was
and
going to
Anita's
say,
daughter wants to be a vegetarian, but Anita's resisting it
no, no, I'm
because
not. Tara is lying. I am not. I encourage her to be. I am not a full on vegetarian, but I respect it. And there
mm,
are times when both of us, me and my daughter, we kind of go into 1 week of just vegetables and
no meat week.
no
Yeah.
meat. We do that. But for my daughter, I would
Mm.
say it's the barbecue that kind of gets her.
That's where she slips.
So
Um,
if we mention that we're going to, well, we don't have that restaurant over here, so I don't know
mm,
what the thing would be over here. But back in Shanghai, there was this restaurant where they served Brazilian barbecue. I don't know what was it called. I'm
mm,
forgetting. But anyway, so she loved that, and if we
mm,
after that whole week, that was like, a reward for her. But
mm, mm,
I tell her, listen, if you
mm,
want to, we'll work it out. Just let me know
mm,
what you want to do. So she's also, kind of figuring
yeah.
things out. And I don't force
Mm,
her at all. Because as you know, there is
mm.
one person in our house
Yes.
that will
Yes.
never, ever,
Who's a carnivore
yes,
full time.
full time. Like when there is dal and chawal in the house, which for me, by the
Mm,
way, is a complete meal,
mm.
there will be a comment,
Yeah.
which would be, where is the kebab?
Yeah. Where's the meat at?
And not the
Mm.
aloo kebab, but just like,
No, no, no,
the
no.
keema kebab.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, I think, one of the reasons why we haven't stuck to the
Mm.
vegetarian diet is because we're weak. We're just weak.
Mm. So you
I was
must
gonna make
read this book. You
yes.
must read this book because the story is about a woman who decides one day she doesn't want to eat meat. And being a South Korean, South Koreans love their meat.
Oh, can
They
I just say
love
that,
their meat.
Tyra, I
Yeah.
know you will never try that, but oh my God, the Korean barbecue is the yummiest thing that I have tried. So listen, the
Mm.
vegetarians out there, I apologize, but I know that a lot of people out there will also not be vegetarian. You guys
Mm.
gotta try the Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
You will love it. And all the condiments actually is the
Stop recommending Korean barbecue. We are talking about the book The Vegetarian. For God's sake. Okay, so this book also, you remember, it has certain amount of surrealism, certain
Mhm.
amount of not, I mean, it is a fictional story, but it's written beautifully. And I love how women write women, even men, like, so this is another thing that we'll talk about later anyway. But this book is amazing. Do read it.
Okay, so
We'll
this
talk
is the
about it.
book that we're going to talk about next in our next
Yes.
episode. You guys can be
Next
part of it. By
episode.
that time, I think we'll also have an email account so that you
Yeah.
guys can send us your comments, suggestions,
Do
and
you want to
what
recommend a
not.
movie?
I haven't seen anything really these days. I
Mm,
sit on the couch, I turn the TV on, and then
mm,
I end up watching. Okay, do not judge me. I do Fox
mm,
News and CNN
mm,
because I feel they are way more entertaining than the movies that are out there. Which
mm,
brings us
mm,
to my obsession these days. It was the obsession
mm,
last week as well. And my
mm,
algorithm still tells me that I need to
mm,
learn a bit more about that guy. And it's Zoran
mm.
Momdani from New York, who is
Of
the mayor
course.
elect. So
The Mayor
that's the
elect.
movie for me.
Yeah. Watching his content and his videos, him
What?
dancing, and I
Yeah.
mean, it's amazing. His content is really nice, entertaining, it's smart, it's young, and you want to you can't resist it.
No, you
That's
can't.
why
You
he has
can't.
won.
And then now I think he has selected some officials to be part of his transition team. And one of the ladies that I had started following a while ago is this lady called Lena Khan.
Lena Khan,
She was in
yes.
the FTC, and
Yes.
I am obsessed. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
understand half of the things that she says because she is so
Yeah.
smart,
She's smart.
but
But
I
she's
love
after
her.
the billionaires. Billionaires
Of
hate
course.
her.
And because we are not billionaires, we are also after the billionaires.
Yes.
We
So
support
till we
taxation of
become
the
billionaires, we
Oh
don't like
yes.
billionaires.
I mean, we
That's
kind of
never
have to start
happening.
with becoming a millionaire.
Oh
That is
yeah.
also not
We'll
that
get
hasn't
there.
happened. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jon Stewart wanted to interview her, and
Mm-hmm.
his podcast is on Apple,
Mm-hmm.
and Apple told him not to interview her. They
No
refused
way.
to let him interview her, as I remember. And he's
Okay.
like, "What is it that you're doing that Apple told me I can't have you over and talk to you?" And they were just laughing about it, like why billionaires really hate her in the US because she wants to tax them, as Bamdani also
They.
wants to do.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, rich people hate taxes. They just want to have the cake and eat it too. Like,
Of
oh, we have
course.
a
I
lot of
mean,
money and we want to keep all of it.
and we are back. We were talking about billionaires and how we
People with a
should
lot of money
lot of
and
money and how giving your tax is very, very important
mm,
because you are part of the society and
yes.
you need to help others as well. And you're not like giving charity. You're kind of like,
No, this is
you
your
know,
duty to pay tax. Like, this is how you do redistribution of wealth. Now it will happen what's happening in US right now, that the top 1% have 80% of the wealth, and the rest
yeah,
99% has nothing.
yeah. So
Uh,
yes, it's totally fine for anyone to make money.
yeah,
I mean, you do that, but what is not okay, we you try and find loopholes
yeah.
in the tax system to avoid paying taxes, and
So,
then the others who are kind of paying all their taxes, doing the thing and paying their bills, and they are still suffering.
and my research on Japan, since Anita was moving there, I found out that Japan has really amazing tax system. So you
Hmm.
on inheritance, they have 45% to 50% tax. So they make sure that if you are a rich family and you have made wealth by third generation, it doesn't stay in the family. So it does go back into the system. It is going in the tax, and it is being invested on the rest of the people who do not have that amount of wealth. That encourages people also to work for themselves instead of, the third generation always destroys whatever the grandparents have made or left. So it's really good कि तीसरे generation तक बेटा खुद काम करो, make your own money and live your own life.
Yeah, I wish I was the second generation, but
Yeah.
हमारा तो कोई और ही scene है.
Damn.
But yes, Tyra has been doing all the research about Japan and Tokyo and telling me all about it because, like I said before, I am lazy. But
Mm.
it is. I mean, you look outside and you see the infrastructure. I mean, it is a developed country. You see where the money is going.
Yeah, fastest trains,
And
man. Clean roads, fastest train.
I,
They're so efficient. They're
listen,
so.
I have
Mm.
to say, it is very, very, very clean. You know, as a desi, you kind of want to find faults. You're like,
Yeah.
मैं ढूंढती हूँ एक street जहाँ पे गंद पड़ा हुआ होगा.
Hmm.
But नहीं है. There's
Nahi hai.
nothing.
I keep sending Anita these social media videos also. This tourist is like, I've heard Tokyo is the cleanest city, and
Mhm,
I'm gonna wear
mhm,
white socks and I'm gonna walk around the street and let's
mhm.
see how clean they are. And his socks are spotless after walking for like a lot of kilometers that he walked around in the city, and they were
You
still
know that
clean.
in yeah, you know in Japan, people
Mm.
they take off their shoes before entering the house,
Yes,
right?
yes,
I mean, if the
100%.
locals are doing that, then they
Yeah,
know that the streets are clean. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
why are they taking it out? And
yeah,
in comments, but
yeah.
Tara is coming next year to Tokyo. Maybe we
Yes,
can do this
fingers
experiment
crossed.
together, Tara.
Yes.
I told my daughter that we should do it. It'll be fun,
Mm.
and she's like, "I don't want to be part of anything that you want to do for your for your
That's another
podcast."
problem. That's another situation.
Yeah, we can talk about that
Mm.
one day when I want
Yeah,
to vent. It is also time
to
for
go
me to
pick
go
her
pick
up.
her up.
So yeah,
That's my life.
quickly
My
give
life revolves
us.
around her.
Yeah. Oh, she's
And movie
amazing.
recommendation.
Movie
Yes, I
recommendation.
love.
Please give us a movie recommendation and then we wrap.
Okay, so my movie recommendation, it is not a new movie, but it is something that I saw recently. It is called Mongol,
Mm.
and it is about Genghis Khan, but not
Mm.
the Genghis Khan that everybody talks about, the barbarian, the
Mm.
psychopath. This
Yeah.
is the origin story when he was a kid and he grew up and how he became,
Mm.
because he was a psychopath. So
Yeah.
how he
Yeah.
became a psychopath. But
Yeah.
usually you don't, I mean, there are not a lot of content about Genghis Khan, his early lives. You just
Mm.
know the barbarian side of him.
Yeah, and his
So
conquests and not his
and his
childhood and
conquest.
origin story. So yeah, that
Yeah,
way
so
it's an interest.
it was a really interesting movie, and I'm forgetting the director of the movie, but they've also done it really
Mm.
beautifully and lovely
Ah,
as well. So
yes, short
my
beauty.
recommendation,
Mm.
watch it, and then you can, go deep dive on Genghis Khan all
Yeah,
over again because that's what I
yeah,
did after watching this movie.
yeah.
Very interesting how different people and different historians think about it. But anyway, we
Yeah.
can talk about that.
He's very controversial personality, but also remember he comes from this small country of Mongolia and he conquered the entire world. Like he not
Yes,
only
he
conquered
did.
it, he put the fear of Mongols in everybody's heart. So we'll talk
Oh,
about it. If you have seen it, leave some comments, tell us what you think. If you haven't seen it, watch it and then we'll talk about it later. And with that, we're going to wrap up our very first episode. Let
did it. We did it. And I shall
and
see you officially for our second episode soon.
soon we'll record the next one. Yes. For
All
that,
right. So,
Anita has to read the book and I have to watch
yes,
another movie or something. But
movie. Yes,
yeah,
we'll do that.
we'll get there.
And but anyway, thank you very much. If you stay tuned till the end and you
Yeah.
didn't run away.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Take care.
that's it. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.